appreciate you for having me.
Man, I appreciate you being here. It was good to see you, bro.
Good to see you too, man.
Thanks for coming through.
Yeah, grown man. So I'm just glad you guys allowed me to be here today. With all due respect to your audience, your viewers, all of the listeners, anybody who's paying attention to what's going on right now, I'm hoping that these dialogues make a big difference in every community. Not just the one we're from, but every community that allows themselves to be part of what we're doing right now. And one thing I want to stress, when I talk to parents, one of my greatest issues is simply that you go out, you're having a good time, and I always wonder what will happen if you don't make it home.
Right.
What would somebody tell your kid?
I'm glad you had, to talk about it, because before you came on, I told you, I knew you would be a great fit for the show.
I appreciate it, man. I mean, like I said, the things that I have on my mind, the conversations and dialogues that I try to have with people on a regular basis, I try to stress to them the importance of self-awareness. Nobody has to point the obvious out to you. Right. If something happens, it's cause and effect. And a lot of people like to say words like accident, mistake. But if I'm driving in a car, I'm texting on my phone, and I'm not paying attention and something happens, I have to accept the fact that this is the origin of the issue. It's not the impact that's the problem. The origin of the issue is I'm not paying attention to the details, and I'm doing two things at one time, and that doesn't work. So we have to become accountable. We have to take it more serious. We can't keep making excuses and allowing ourselves to tell ourselves, oh, it's okay, it wasn't my fault. Well, somebody else did it. The blame game has gone too far. The finger pointing is too much for me. And the children are the only ones suffering in the community because, as the leaders, we're in charge now. All right? I want that to be clear to this audience.
That's out of love.
Yeah.
And we've outlived a lot. Thank God we still here.
Yeah, exactly. To be able to sit here next to you and have this moment with you means a lot. For men and women of Tint, children of Tint. And when I say Tint, T-I-N-T, that's people of color. I don't like to get stuck in a place where I'm using the same narrative or phrases that are stigmatized. So I move away from that to something that we can use in a positive manner. Tint, you go on your TV screen, you hit your menu button, you go to Tint, it has two different extremes. It can be very light, it can be very dark. It's all the same though, it's just a tint. That doesn't create racism when you do it that way. Right. It removes the stigma from the conversation. I'm not here to blame anybody or find fault. What I want to know is, what are we going to do to find solutions? If we're not going to do solutions, then what are we doing? It's just complaining. We filling up a box to start a fight with somebody because we can. That's all it is. And like I said, the only people who suffer in the mix of all of that are the children. That's it. That's the only thing that can happen. Our children are going to suffer because we're neglecting to see the obvious and turning blind eyes to what we're doing that's creating the problems for us in our communities.
I'm glad you said that. So, what is, because I feel like it's not just one thing. It's different parts to it. But
Definitely
for
not.
you, what, in your opinion, what is the most important thing that we need to do right now?
Be honest. Honest.
Please.
I mean, people will say I'm living my truth. But if your truth is something you saw on social media or online and you're mimicking the behavior, that's not your life. Not something that you did or something that you feel or something that you're going through. That is not your truth. You ask me what I did today, I'm not gonna say that because I'm living a real life. I am self-aware. I can't live in this fantasy narrative that's being created for me so that I become something that doesn't mean anything in real life. I can't do it. So we need to be honest. Be honest. What's your truth? Today you did what? If you broke a law today and you have a problem because you broke that law today, be honest and accept the fact that when you break a law, these things happen.
If you get caught.
Not even if you get caught. These things are possible. These things are possible. If you offend somebody in some way, shape, or form, and they show up at your front door, you knew that was possible when you offended them. So don't be surprised that we have these situations and these circumstances because we're lying. It makes no sense, and everybody knows it. But they gonna point fingers at him, they gonna point fingers at her, and like I said, in the mix of all of that, our children are losing out here. We care so little, and I'm including myself, we care so little that we play games with each other while they're watching, knowing for a fact they can see it and hear it. This is the experiences they'll have and remember, but we won't stop. But we say, oh, I love you. See, what I'm saying to you is this. It's socially acceptable to have a response to things that bother you just because you can, not because it's warranted. I'm not trying to blame a certain group of people here.
What if I said this?
This is a wonderful worldwide vision, influenced by content